Hello, viewers. Welcome back to Poise and Pose. Viewers, in this video, we are going to learn the lesson which is given in Samacheer Kalvi Standard 12, Unit 6, Prose, on the rule of the road. A stout old lady was walking with her basket down the middle of a street in Petrograd to the great confusion of the traffic and with no small peril to herself. It was pointed out to her that the pavement was a place for pedestrians, but she replied, I'm going to walk where I like. We've got liberty now. It did not occur to the dear old lady that if liberty entitled the pedestrian to walk down the middle of the road, then the end of such liberty would be universal chaos. Now let us see what is this Petrograd. This is Petrograd. It is in St. Petersburg. Right. Now, a stout old lady, she was walking with her basket down the middle of a street in Petrograd. That is, this lady, she didn't know that she was in great danger. Peril means great danger. She was walking in the middle of the road knowing not that she was in danger, when she was asked to walk on the pavement that was given for the pedestrians. Pedestrians means a person who is walking in the street. Anyone who is walking on the street are called as pedestrian. So when she was showed the pavement where she is supposed to walk, she said that she can walk anywhere she like and she got the liberty to do so. Liberty means the freedom to go where you want and do what you want. Now, as she said that she has the liberty to walk anywhere she like, it did not occur to the old lady that if liberty entitled the pedestrian to walk down the middle of the road, then the end of such liberty would be universal chaos. Chaos means confusion. If she can walk right in the middle of the road, anybody can do that. So, if everybody is walking in the middle of the road, then that is going to create a big confusion over there on the road. This is where she was walking right in the middle of the road. Everybody would be getting in everybody else's way and nobody would get anywhere. Individual liberty would have become social anarchy. There is a danger of the world getting liberty drunk in these days, like the old lady with the basket. And it is just as well to remind ourselves of what the rule of the road means. It means that in order that the liberties of all may be preserved, the liberties of everybody must be curtailed. In this paragraph, the author says that if everybody can do anything they like, then that individual liberty would have become social anarchy. Anarchy means a situation in which people do not obey rules and laws. Now, if everybody is going to do whatever they like, then that is going to become a social disturbance. There is a danger of the world getting liberty drunk, means getting addicted to such kind of a liberty, like in these days, like the old lady with a basket, when it is just to remind ourselves what the rule of the road means. We need to remember the rules of the road. Yes, it is right that we have our own liberty to do anything we like, but without disturbing others' liberty. It means that in order that the liberties of all may be preserved, the liberties of everybody must be curtailed. Curtailed means reduced. If you are going to use your liberty in the way you wish, then you are going to reduce the liberty of the others. When the policeman, say at Piccadilly Circus, steps into the middle of the road and puts out his hand, he is the symbol not of tyranny but of liberty. You may not think so. You may be in a hurry and seeing your car pulled up by this insolence of the office, feel that your liberty has been outraged. How dare this fellow interfere with your free use of public highway? Then if you are a reasonable person, you will reflect that if he did not interfere with you, he would interfere with no one. And the result would be that Piccadilly Circus would be a maelstrom that you would never cross at all. You have submitted to a curtailment of private liberty in order that you may enjoy a social order which makes your liberty a reality. This says that if a policeman comes and stands near this Piccadilly Circus, which is a road, Piccadilly Circus is a road junction and public space of London's West End in the city of Westminster. It was built in 1819 to connect Regent Street with Piccadilly. Now, if a policeman is coming and standing in the middle of the road, and if he is asking you, if he puts his hand, if he is asking you to stop, it is not of tyranny. Means the cruel and unfair use of power by a person or small group to control a country or a state. It is not a tyranny, it is not a cruel and unfair use of a power of a person. Nobody is going to be dominant over you. It is not being dominant, it is liberty. You may not think. You may think being in a hurry, seeing your car pulled by his insolence means rude and disrespectful behavior. It is not a disrespectful behavior of the policeman to pull your car back. You should not think, how dare this fellow interfere with your free use of public highway? But here, if he is not going to do that, then that Piccadilly Circus would be a maelstrom. Maelstrom means like a whirlwind. Here, maelstrom is referred as a confused moment. It will occur a confusion on the road, in the middle of the road. Then you have submitted to a curtailment of private property. You have reduced the private liberty in order that you may enjoy a social order. Liberty is not a personal affair only, but a social contract. It is an accommodation of interest in matters which do not touch anybody else's liberty. Of course, I may be as free as I like. If I chose to go down the road in a dressing gown, who shall say me nay? You have liberty to laugh at me, but I have liberty to be indifferent to you. Here the author says, yes, liberty is not personal affair only. It can also, but a social contract. It is also belongs to the people in the society. Yes, it is. Yes, you have the liberty to do anything. You are free to do anything you like. But suddenly, if you feel like you want to go down on the roads with your dressing gown, you know what a dressing gown is? Dressing gown is something people wear. A bath dress, yeah. So, something, a piece of cloth that they wear after a bath with a knot. Yeah, that is a dressing gown. So, if you want to come down to the street with a dressing gown, who will say no? Yes, other people they have the liberty to laugh at you, but they do not have the liberty to tell you what you have to wear. You can be indifferent. And if I have a fancy for dyeing my hair or waxing my mustache, which heaven forbid, or wearing an overcoat and a sandals, none of them will dare to wear an overcoat with a sandal. Overcoat is supposed to be worn with a shoe and socks. That is a formal dressing. But here you have the liberty to wear an overcoat and sandals, or going late to bed or getting up early. I shall follow my fancy and ask no man's permission. You needn't have to ask anybody's permission to do anything you like. I shall not inquire of you whether I may eat mustard with my mutton. You needn't have to be bothered about asking someone's permission to what to eat. And you will not ask me whether you may follow this religion or that. Whether you may prefer Elovila Willox or Wordsworth or Champagne to Shandy. In all these and a thousand other details, you and I please ourselves and as no one's leave. Here the author says, yes, you needn't have to be bothered about anybody asking you to follow any particular religion. It is up to you. Now, this is Ella Wheeler is a person who said a famous quote: laugh and the world will laugh at you. Cry and you will cry all alone. That was one of her famous quote. Yeah, here coming back to the lesson. You can follow Ella Wheeler Wilcox or Wordsworth. Wordsworth, a nature poet. Yeah, so you can follow anybody. You can read anyone's poem. Nobody's going to stop you. You can have champagne. Champagne is a drink which is famous among the East France. And shandy is a mixture of beer with lemon juice, or most probably called as lemonade. You can have anything champagne or shandy. In all these and a thousand other details, you and I please ourselves and has no one's leave. Yes, you can do anything you like. You needn't have to please anybody. Not gonna bother about anybody. You have your own liberty. When a whole kingdom in which we rule alone can do what we choose, be wise or ridiculous, harsh or easy, conventional or odd. But when we step out of that kingdom, our personal liberty of action becomes qualified by other people's liberty. Yes, it is the place where you rule, your kingdom, where you rule all alone. You can choose anything. You can be wise, you can be ridiculous. You can be harsh or easy. That's your wish. But once you step out of that kingdom, your personal liberty is qualified by other people's liberty. I might like to practice on the trombone from midnight till 3 in the morning. Trombone, it is given there in the picture. It is a musical instrument. So you can, if you like to practice that from midnight till 3 in the morning, you can do it. If I went on to the top of Everest to do it, I could please myself. If you wanted to practice that the whole of the night from midnight till morning 3, yes, you can do it. If it is on top of Mount Everest, yes, you can please yourself. But if you do it in your bedroom, your family is going to object you. Yes, their liberty is spoiled. And if I do it out in the streets, the neighbors will remind me that my liberty to blow the trombone must not interfere with their liberty to sleep in quiet. Here, the author says that yes, you can blow your trombone, practice it the whole night. If it is on Mount Everest, no problem at all. But if it is going to be your bedroom where you practice, your family is going to object. If not, if you're going to practice it on the streets, the whole lot of neighbors will be there on the streets reminding you that your liberty of blowing the trombone is interfering with their liberty to sleep in quiet. There are a lot of people in the world, and I have to accommodate my liberty to their liberties. We are all liable to forget this, and unfortunately, we are much more conscious of the imperfections of others in this respect than of our own. A reasonable consideration for the rights or feelings of others is the foundation of social conduct. It is in the small matters of conduct, in the observance of rules of the road, that we pass judgment upon ourselves and declare that we are civilized or uncivilized. The great moments of heroism and sacrifice are rare. It is the little habits of commonplace intercourse that make up the great sum of life and sweeten or bitter the journey. This paragraph beautifully talks about something in simple. Here, the author says the great moments of heroism and sacrifices are rare. You can use your liberties, but see that you don't affect the liberty of the others. It is a social conduct. If the habits of commonplace intercourse where you meet other people, if you try to share the liberties with the others in a common place, for example, as it said here in the road, if you use the liberty or if you allow the others to use their own liberties, then that is enough to show the sum of life and whether to sweeten or bitter the journey in life. Thank you for watching this video. Do like the video, share it with your friends, post your valuable comments, and don't forget to subscribe, Poise and Pose. Meet you all in another video. Thank you.